You could be doing something else with your time, but you clicked on this video. I appreciate that very much. Hi everyone, I'm the Amazing Flec, or at least sometimes I'm amazing. I'm a very, very tired human being with a house cat that's just begging for my attention. This is Lucy the cat, everyone. Listen to that crowd, Lucy. She's the manager here on this here channel. She does, a lot of the backline work, the snuggles, the love-ins, emotional support. She is such a good listener. I try to communicate with her, but apparently I don't speak Catanese properly. Anyways, I create a variety of different types of content here on my YouTube channel. A lot of this is just me sitting on this paisley couch here talking about whatever's on my mind, or even delving into some more deep topics that I feel very passionate about and have a lot of things to say about. I also like to occasionally film just lighthearted, funny videos. Recently I made a video called Hughes Used All-American Van Dealership and Certified Pre-Owned Vehicle Emporium. It's kind of funny because it's my best performing video here on YouTube so far. It's got a couple hundred views. I'm what you call a newer YouTuber. Say that 10 times fast if you feel like it. I started off with no experience whatsoever, been posting every single day of this year, and I intend on posting every single day of this year, kind of like a challenge to see if I'm up to it, see if I can actually make it through. So far so good, I'm holding steady, I'm learning a lot about video production, video editing, content creation in general. It's been very educational, and at times quite demanding of my time. I don't like to waste a lot of time. I like to keep pretty busy throughout the day. I always wanted to make funny commercials because I have a longer term strategy of creating a comedy news program, and I want to have a bunch of ridiculous commercials that make fun of advertising and marketing in general and just the ridiculousness of television. And I made a used car commercial out of this van that it's been sitting in the backyard for quite some time. And my landlord didn't really like the look of it for a while and has been asking me, hey, when are you going to get rid of that? When are you going to sell that? So what did I do? Instead of actually trying to sell it immediately or junking it, I decided to film a comedy video about me trying to sell it that obviously did me no favors to sell it. But the crazy part is I ended up getting several phone calls and private messages about people who were interested in buying my 1996 Plymouth Voyager with over 180,000 miles on it. And it's a good thing I had my friend Hugh on the case because he's quite the salesman. If you haven't seen that video, I'll try to post a link of it right here in my video later on if I figure out how to do that on YouTube. It should be right there. If it's not right there, it's somewhere else on this page. If not, it will definitely be linked in the description below. So feel free to check out that one. It's only 60 seconds long. It's a corker. It's pretty funny. It was 2 minutes long, but I had to edit it down to 60 seconds because I wanted to be able to put it out on Instagram, on TikTok, and also here on YouTube. And you can expect more ridiculous commercials from me here in the future. I'm excited to do a series of different commercials with different characters and make them extra ridiculous and lighthearted, good old-fashioned humor that anyone can get behind and laugh about. So several weeks after I posted that, I had a number of people who were interested in purchasing it, but it just wasn't a good vehicle to purchase, and I was going to get rid of it for 600 bucks. Instead, I got in touch with A1 Abby's Cash for Junk Cars. And I have to give them 2 thumbs up for their service. They were here within an hour and a half. They took good care of me. They were in and out really quick. Gave me $400 for my van. The back wheels were all seized up. The alternator was cut out. It had the original catalytic converter. I don't think it had aluminum rims or nothing like that. The fact that they just came, took the van, got it out of my life, signed the title over, 400 bucks, did me a lot of favors. So I had my buddy Hugh come over and actually do a video voiceover for this right here. I'll turn off the audio and turn on the audio here.
Another quality van sold here at Hughes Used All-American Van Dealership and Certified Pre-Owned Vehicle Emporium.
There you have it. That's Hugh, hard at work, selling vans like no one's business, making it happen, keeping the old wheels of the economy rolling. Hugh, thank you very much for taking care of me and getting that van out of my property. I appreciate it. So that was that. After I got the van out of the yard, I took care of a bunch more things around the house. Last week I posted a video about how good it felt getting ahead in life and catching up with everything. It wasn't so much getting ahead. I don't think I'm actually quite ahead. What I did was I met deadlines and I caught up to things that needed to happen, but every single day there's a whole other itinerary of things that need to be done and things I have to do. I'm far off before I actually get ahead, and I want to get ahead. I want to pre-film a bunch of videos, get them ready to rock. I want to edit things earlier. I want to get proactive on things that need to get done in my life so I don't have to worry as much. I can take a day off if I need to. That's where I want to be. So on that note, things were really productive before I got that van towed, and then after I got the van towed, I was able to go with my friend to a local game store that I love so much called Guild of Blades in Clawson. Guild of Blades, you're awesome. Thanks very much for having us today. And me and my buddy, we sat there and we played some games. We played one game in particular that I've just recently got into called Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood is a new collectible trading card game that is relatively cheap to play and get into if you're a newbie. It's not like Magic cards where everything's like, you know, $10,000 to have a deck that's contend worthy with people playing casually. That's an exaggeration, but Magic the Gathering is a serious game for serious players, and you gotta have the moolah to really play a good deck. You can shell out maybe a couple $100s to get a deck that may win a tournament, but you really want to have thousands of dollars of disposable income to play Magic competitively. Anyways, this game is nice because it's cheap, it's new. It was 12 bucks just to get a deck just so I can play it. And it was a good time, so we played some Flesh and Blood and that was alright. Good time for a couple hours there, and the craziest thing happened. There was this fellow who I was a fan of on YouTube. He has this channel called Sunday Go Lessons. And Sunday Go Lessons posts a number of different videos of professional Go games from Japan, translated into English with the subtitles at the bottom of the screen. It was awesome because I can hear what the commentators of the professional games were saying and can learn strategy better thanks to Jonathan Hopp of Sunday Go Lessons. And it was crazy because I didn't know who Jonathan Hopp was, and I was playing Go a couple years ago at the Ann Arbor Go Club at the Espresso Royale on State Street in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And that was a couple years ago, maybe like 3 years ago. And I didn't know who he was at the time. I played a couple games with him and he told me that he's Jonathan Hopp of Sunday Go Lessons. And I didn't realize I've already been watching his videos until I went home later on and went, oh my gosh, Jonathan Hopp, this guy's awesome. Not only did he translate all these professional Go games, but he also posted a lot of content on how to play Go and strategy behind Go, and that's super cool. But apparently Jonathan Hopp's not only interested in Go, he's also interested in comics and comic books, and he made his own comic book that he was trying to sell at Guild of Blades there today. It was kind of amazing because me and my buddy Pat were sitting there playing a game of Flesh and Blood, and then Jonathan Hopp just walks in the room. He's got his mask on, and I look at him, he looks at me, said, Sunday Go Lessons? And his eyebrows raised and he pulled his mask down. He goes, yeah. It was just amazing to run into him. We shared a little mild conversation. I admit that I'm also a content creator here on YouTube, and I tried buying his comic book off him. He wants to sell it for $5, and he signed it, and he had a signed copy, but he didn't have any other copies to sell me in the store at that time. Unfortunately, I would have totally bought it off him. And in fact, I tried to buy the one off him that he had in person, but he couldn't sell that one because that's his promo copy or one he's using to go from store to sell these comics. That was just really cool. If you're new to my channel, I love this game called Go, and I intend on making content about how to play Go in the future. Go is an ancient Asian strategy game. Several thousand BC, arguably it goes way back. Go has been played in Southeastern Asia for quite some time, even in Japan, Okinawa, some of the islands out there in the area like Taiwan, probably even in Indonesia. But Go was popularized in a couple movies from the 90s, one of which was called Pi, which features this mathematical genius named Max who's trying to find patterns in nature and stumbled on some cool number that unlocks the secrets of patterns in nature. And he's playing Go with his mentor named Saul. And they're actually playing Go, and they're talking about Go strategy, the nature of the game of Go. And because of that movie, I fell in love with the game, and I started playing online with people on the internet, I think in 2004. On KGS, Kasaito Go server. I absolutely love Go. I will play it until I die. Go is like an abstract conversation. It's a metaphor for everything in life that has opposing power going back and forth. It has a system of ranking that's similar to martial arts, so it is literally a strategized game that is very, very likened to being a mental martial art. I'm overly passionate about Go, and I don't want to get too much into that. I met Jonathan Hopp out of nowhere. I did not expect that. That was too cool. I dropped Pat off at his house, and then I went over and I helped out one of my clients, helped him knock out some things around the house, and that was really cool. He's my buddy I like to talk to about investments and things like that. He's really good to bounce ideas off of. I like what he has to say. He has his fingers on the pulse of the markets pretty well, and when he tells me something's going to shoot up, it's interesting to watch it actually shoot up in the next couple days. Anyways, we took care of everything we had to take care of over there, and I didn't get home until like 11 o'clock tonight, and I won't lie, I'm pooped, but I just wanted to tell you about how wonderful my day went, how amazing it was to run into Jonathan Hopp from Sunday Go Lessons here on YouTube, and how fun it was to get my vehicle towed finally that's been sitting in the yard. So yeah, please check out my 60-second long video of Hughes Used All-American Van Dealership and Certified Pre-Owned Vehicle Emporium. It's a corker, it's pretty funny, only 60 seconds long. There's that link in the description below. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks very much for listening to me. I rambled on quite a bit this one, and I still have to edit this video before I go to bed, so I'll cut out a lot of the crap that didn't really make the cut, and hopefully it's not going to waste too much of your time. Alright folks, I'm out for real this time. I'll end this video the way I've been ending all of them recently with these words. Please remember, never give up. Do your best, stay true to you and what you stand for and who you are, and be amazing, folks. Whatever that means, be the best version of yourself you can. Thanks very much. We'll see you in the next video. Good night.